Hi guys, I've just filmed a tasting video actually, which you might recognise from these bottles here, cider one. And I just wanted to have a quick chat about where I want to go with this channel, how it started, how it's going, how you guys are finding it. Rather than talk about how I started the channel and why I started the channel, let's first address why I built this. Now, okay, the building was already here. I built that 3 or 4 years ago, but its purpose was just storage. I then turned it into a bit of a studio because I love making YouTube videos, and I filmed a few woodwork videos because that kind of ties in with my work. I'm a camper van designer and builder, and I build my own furniture and all that, and I've got a lot of woodworking tools obviously, and I made a lot of videos in here making various objects like cutting boards and coasters, etc, etc. And I rapidly got hooked on making YouTube videos, but it was also very dusty in here and I didn't have proper extraction. And even though I was working on making extraction, building a extraction system, it became clear that the videos I was making were taking so long to make, days, sometimes weeks, some items, because the nature of woodworking, you can't just, fettle something up. So I knocked it in the head. It was too time consuming. And then I've always had this fascination with vineyards. There's a surprise, I hear you say. And that's mainly because I love the romanticism of them. I had an upbringing in Spain and both the Canary Islands and mainland Spain. I was surrounded by vineyards where I was in southern Spain at least, and you can't help but be fascinated by it if you enjoy the nightlife, the drink, the booze. You can't help but get fascinated with the making of wine, especially when it's surrounding you. And largely because of that, I've always fancied owning my own winery, vineyard, and it became rapidly clear to me last year that it's unlikely that it's ever going to happen. So I went out in my back garden and planted 22 grapevines of various sorts, some in the ground, some in pots, and making sure that they are varieties that are hardy to our lovely UK weather in the northern climes of Cheshire where I am, so that I could at least harvest some grapes next year and make some of my own wine. It then became apparent after all that work that I would need somewhere other than just a kitchen to make this wine, which is primarily why I built this. It's just dawned on me, I should have a little tipple while I'm talking about this, really, shouldn't I? Be rude not to. Where was I? So yeah, that's why I built this, primarily to make wine next year. And my wife said, you could probably start a YouTube channel on, about your vineyard, and people would watch that because it's fascinating. It's a relaxing hobby. I'm no gardener, don't get me wrong. I've just turned 50 and I've never had green fingers. But because there's an end product in sight with these grapevines that I've planted, I know there's going to be some great times next year when I finally get a harvest and have friends round and family, and we get to drink some of the wine a bit later in the year. It'll be emotional, should we say. Anyway, it became very clear to me a couple of months ago that having a YouTube channel on the vineyard is great, but it will only serve to make videos during the summer, really, when things are growing, and a bit later in the year when it comes to autumn, that the grapes are ready to be harvested, and then you pick them, make the wine. There's not going to be any chance to make any videos about it in the winter because everything's dormant. And it's cold out there and it's raining, and why on earth would anybody want to watch videos of grapevines just sat there doing nothing? So this is where the home brewing aspect idea came from. Going back as early as when I was 18, 19 years old, I've made homebrew, be it bitters and ciders and lagers back then. I never used to make wine back then. So I've been on and off homebrewing for 30 odd years. So it's not a new hobby. Videoing it and putting it on YouTube, yes, that's a new hobby. And I've got to say, it's brilliant. I highly recommend it. It's great showing the world what you can do and how simple it is, and trying to get other people into it so that we can, chat about this great hobby, great rewarding hobby. If you like to have a drink, whatever type of drinker you are, whether you're a casual drinker, you like a glass of wine with your evening meal, or whether you like to go out and drink 20 pints with your mates, or if you're somewhere in between, there is something for everyone in this hobby. So because of this lovely space I've created here, I built all this furniture on my CNC at work, because I build my own campervan furniture. I'm able to film all year long, obviously undercover and in relative warmth, and because it's not centered on the growth of grapevines outside, I can come up with regular topics such as different things to brew, and do this throughout the winter months as well as the summer months. Don't be surprised if you see a shift, or at least a partial shift, when it comes to next summer and certainly harvest time. We're talking mid-September, late September to sometime in October, when I pick the grapes I'm going to get. They're only in their second year next year, so I'm not going to get a full harvest, but I am hoping for a decent harvest, to get at least a few boxes of wine. The sky's the limit. They grew really well this year, so there could be a lot of wine next year. So if that's something that you like, look out for that. But I'm going to mix it up. As I say, speaking about where I want to go with the channel, I am going to mix it up. I'm going to make ciders, lagers, beers, wines, meads. I held a poll a couple of weeks ago, and I asked people what they like to see me do next, and it was a mead, and I can confirm I've made said mead, but it needs to finish, and I need to obviously get it tasted and videoed and before I can put it up. So yeah, you name it, I'm gonna brew it and I'm gonna drink it, and so long as it's any good, I'm gonna drink it. If not, it's going down the drain. And because I'm brewing stuff in quantities, there are only 3 of us in this house, so I'm not gonna just brew stuff for the sake of it. I have to brew stuff that we like and that we will drink, or at least that we think we will like and hence drink. So I may brew some quite small batches rather than 23 litre batches of lagers and stuff, because it just won't get drunk. It will get, you can only give away so much as well to friends and family. I've only got so many bottles. Got plenty of demijohns and fermenting vessels, but yeah, when it comes to bottling, I've only got so many. I've got a large appetite for cider and wine, maybe. So the future for the channel is more of what you've been seeing, Would I like to take this further with sponsors and make it pay the bills and that remains to be seen. I have a day job and I love doing this when I'm not at work, over the weekends and in the evenings, sometimes in the mornings if I'm that keen. But for now, at least, I'm just enjoying the hobby, and I'm enjoying that you guys are enjoying it as well, because 99.9% of the comments I see are positive. In fact, 100% are positive, really. And for that, I thank you. It's very rewarding knowing that there's people out there that appreciate what not just myself but other YouTubers do. I love watching YouTube videos on various topics. This is one of them. I don't just watch my own videos. I watch my own videos once just to make sure that I've not made any mistakes. It's other people's videos that I watch, because that helps you form ideas and gives you inspiration on filming styles and different brews to make. Anyway guys, hope I haven't bored you with this. I just wanted to speak a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm doing, etc. But for now, cheers. See you soon.